The Super Bowl just got done wrapping up, and man oh man, what a game it was. You hate that Joe Burrow and his team came out on the losing side, but overall, it was just fun to watch, and I'm glad it was competitive. But anyways, that's besides the point. We're not here to talk about the Super Bowl, we're here to talk about Kyler Murray and the craziness that is going on and still currently going on with his situation. I don't make a lot of NFL videos on this channel, and I really don't talk about NFL players too often, but this one, it was too good and I can't pass it up. I'm sure most of you know what's going on. If not, I'll give you the brief run through. So basically, to make a really long story short, the Arizona Cardinals played the Rams in the playoffs and they got blew out, and Kyler Murray, he didn't play that good. I'll take it a step even farther. It was one of the worst games he's ever played, and it just so happened to be in the playoffs. If you haven't picked up on it by now, this is how it goes. A quarterback normally gets too much praise when a team wins. However, on the contrary, whenever a team loses, they kind of get too much hate and all the criticism. Should it be this way? No, not all the time, but it is what it is and you can't change it. That's how it goes in the modern era of football in 2022. If a team's winning, the quarterback, he's the best thing ever. But if a team's losing, that quarterback is the worst thing ever. I do gotta throw in there, it goes hand in hand. More times than not, when a team is winning and performing well, the said quarterback is also performing well. But however, at the same time, if a team isn't doing that good, more times than not, that quarterback isn't doing that good. And ladies and gentlemen, we can apply that same scenario to what happened with the Arizona Cardinals and Kyler Murray this season. At the beginning of the season, when they was arguably the best team in the NFL, what was everybody saying? Man, Kyler Murray, he's the best quarterback and maybe a top 5 quarterback in the league. But as the season gradually continued to go on, the team slowly was getting worse. Am I saying the reason they started to lose more games is because of Kyler Murray himself? No, absolutely not. Here's what I am saying. It doesn't matter if Kyler Murray is playing good or bad. If the team loses, everyone in the country and everyone in the media is going to blame him. And last but not least, before we really get into this video, how else do we judge these quarterbacks? Not how they do in the regular season, but how they perform in the postseason. You can be the MVP of the regular season, throw for 10,000 yards, lead your team to a 17-0 record, but if you don't do good in the postseason and you don't win a Super Bowl, none of that really matters. Kind of the same thing we're currently seeing with good old Aaron Rodgers. Is he a great quarterback? Yes, no questions asked. Maybe the best in the game right now if he doesn't retire, but due to the lack of success in the postseason, he's been getting a lot of heat recently. I know, you're sitting there saying, yo Matt, what in the heck does that have to do with anything involving Kyler Murray? Well, I said all that so you can somewhat get a perspective as to what we're about to get into. All within the last week, Kyler Murray has done some antics off the field that has raised a lot of questions and eyebrows. Those antics I'm referring to is that on Instagram, he unfollowed everybody associated with the Arizona Cardinals, and he also deleted all of his pictures. The only 2 pictures he even left up on his Instagram is in 2018 when he won the Heisman and recently the Pro Bowl. I mean this with no disrespect, but this reminds me when you're in high school and you and your girlfriend, you break up and she deletes all of y'all's pictures off her social medias, she takes your name out of her bio and she unfollows you and all of your friends on Instagram. I'm sorry, but that's what it reminds me of. He's kind of acting like a diva in this situation. Not really, but kind of. Maybe it's just me, but it seems oddly strange whenever you and your team, your organization, whatever you want to call them, y'all are having some troubles and the first thing you do is go to your Instagram and delete all of your pictures and unfollow them. And maybe it's not weird to some of y'all, but to me it is. At first when all of this was happening, you only had speculation. Nobody really knew what was going on. The only thing you could infer was that him and the Arizona Cardinals, they weren't on good terms. But today we got some new information that has sort of went under the radar due to the Super Bowl. This isn't speculation, this is coming from legit sources. This came out earlier. Quarterback Kyler Murray is said to be frustrated and he felt like he was set up for embarrassment in the playoffs versus the Rams, per source. There are people, including teammates, that's important, who believe he's immature and lacks leadership. The plan, however, is for him to stay in Arizona. That's definitely eye-opening. And then shortly after that, Sports Illustrated came out with their own article and said this. In their article, they stated that Kyler Murray was telling the staff he wanted to be taken out of the game against the Rams. Quote unquote, the playoff game in Los Angeles, a minute left, the game had been decided. Backup Colt McCoy encouraged Murray to finish the game with his teammates. A banged up Murray said, no, that's it, I'm done. And somebody very close to the Cardinals said, quote unquote, a lot of Cardinals folks were not happy with that. And according to ESPN's Chris Morrison reported earlier that the team is disappointed with Murray and some have described him as self-centered, immature, and a finger pointer. If people within your organization, whether it's teammates, coaches, coaches, staff members, whoever are calling you self-centered, immature, and a finger pointer, it's not a good look. Somebody on ESPN also said they're looking for Murray to take a step forward in a number of areas. We're talking about maturity, body language on the sidelines, and having a bigger voice with his teammates and leadership. That right there is understandable and it doesn't seem too crazy, but also earlier today, the Arizona Cardinals put out a statement. And in this statement, here's what they had to say. Nothing has changed regarding our opinion and high regard for Kyler Murray. We as a team and Kyler individually have improved each year he's been in the league. We are excited to continue that improvement in 2022 and are excited that Kyler Murray is a quarterback leading us. Okay, there we have it. According to the team itself, they plan on and want Kyler Murray to come back. Here's the problem. Kyler Murray, it doesn't look like he wants to go back. I want to read you off this tweet because it is kind of relevant and I happened to stumble across it. This person said, all these rumors coincidentally start popping up about Kyler Murray when he becomes eligible to get paid. Quote unquote, he wants 50 to 55 million. He's immature and lacks leadership. Seems fishy to me and the timing of it couldn't be any better. Basically what that person is saying is the Arizona Cardinals, they're trying to paint him as this bad guy and say all these bad things about him because now it's time for him to get all this money. For those of you that don't know, Mr. Murray is still on his rookie deal, so he's not making that much money. I believe he has 1 year left on that rookie deal. Whenever it's over, he's going to be looking to get some serious money, probably 250 million. Here's the problem with that. Teams don't really want to pay that out unless they know for sure you're a franchise quarterback like Patrick Mahomes or who's the guy for the Bills? I'm drawing a blank. Josh Allen. And I like Kyler Murray and he's been good at times, but even I have my questions as if he's a franchise quarterback that could lead you in a Super Bowl. Unfortunately for Kyler, he couldn't have had a worse game at any worse of a time. His worst game all year was in the biggest game of the year, and it's right before you're trying to work out these new deals and hopefully get paid next year. So instead of the Arizona Cardinals going, oh yeah, let's give him $200 million extension, they're now thinking, whoa, hold on, maybe he's not the guy. Last but not least, before we end off this video, I'm going to read you this tweet by Chris Mortensen, and it is definitely interesting. The odd vibe between Arizona Cardinals and Kyler Murray is indeed alarming. Murray is described as self-centered, immature, finger pointer per sources, like we said. Murray is frustrated with the franchise and was embarrassed by a playoff loss to the Rams, and he thinks he's been framed as a scapegoat. That all goes back to the beginning of this video. Quarterbacks get way too much blame whenever a team loses, but they also get too much praise whenever they win. Do I think it's unfair? Not really. It's a part of the job, and it is what it is. It's why you get paid millions of dollars. This situation is beyond intriguing, at least to me, and I don't even think it's close to ending. If anything, it's just beginning, and the feud, the battle, whatever, is going to continue to go on. I'm going to end this video off here. I'm tired. I know a bunch of you are tired. This is a late upload. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below. But with all that being said, it's going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Yeah, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, doing that stuff, and as always, let's be great. I'm out. Peace.